as well. Hey, one of the things we're doing is we're changing up our advertising campaign. We are now advertising Go Big, Go Six Flags. We're going to have Mr. Six still as part of what we do, but he's going to be taking a smaller role in the commercials. And really what you're going to see, and I'm going to show you a commercial at the end of what it's going to look like, but really what you're going to see, depending where you live in the country, is you're going to see a commercial that celebrates and advertises the park locally. As you know, some of our commercials have gotten pretty global and pretty generic. And we're bringing back the regional theme park that's in your area, so you'll be able to see what it is that we're doing. So the commercial, instead of wasting 30 or 60 seconds with Mr. Six dancing around trying to deliver a storyline, we're going to deliver our rides to you. That's what people want to see. You're going to see, you know, if we're looking at teens, you're going to see a commercial dedicated to teens and the type of teen inventory we have. If we're doing families, those types of things. So you can really get an idea of what the park is all about that you're going to go visit. So we think that's a much better campaign for us, and we're really excited about it. This is one of our new brochures right here that you can see that really advertises what the park is all about and what you get when you come to the park. So I took this picture only a couple weeks ago. I figured it would be great to show you, since this is the Nor'easter event, what the coaster looks like buried under snow. That's done. It will be open and operating on time. We do have a press event coming up on April 14th. So the ride is up, and we're going to start spinning some cars on it here probably within the next few days. So we're excited. It will open on time. The ride, of course, is the Gotham City Gauntlet Escape from Arkham Asylum. So you can say that 10 times fast, I'll give you a free ticket to ride. So it's a great ride. The concept, of course, is that, you know, Arkham Asylum is where Batman puts all his criminals, and the idea is to escape from Arkham Asylum. And the ride, as you know, is a Wild Mouse coaster from Aller, and it, you know, zigzags back and forth, and there'll be street signs and stuff up on the ride that give you an idea that you're in a car and you're trying to basically escape from the asylum. So it'll be a fun ride in the area, and it'll really, as delivered down in the area, it'll give you guys a little bit more to do down besides just riding Bizarro. So that's the Gotham City Gauntlet. A couple of things that we have changed in the park. We have debranded from Wiggles. We are now calling that area Kiddopolis. And we have decided to shut down Thomas, the Thomas Land area. The reason for that is when the area was put in, it really wasn't put in a good area for us, and the area just really by 5 o'clock in the afternoon just becomes a dead zone. And actually, we started this summer shutting the area down at 5 o'clock because nobody was up there. So we think that by just shutting that area down, it's going to give us more room in the future for expansion. We clearly have enough of family rides and kids rides with Kiddopolis and Looney Tunes, which of course is what we're keeping in the area. And Kiddopolis is going to be a brand that we're working on internally for us and all. So as you may know, I don't know if you're interested or not, but you know, Papa John's, we've moved our relationship with them. We have a new pizza company coming in, and some exciting things that are changing. You know, we review everything we do every year, and you know, decisions are made like with Kiddopolis and rebranding for Wiggles, just to keep the area fresh as well. It's, you know, you got to freshen things up, and you got to keep your eye on the ball and that type of thing, just like we did with rebranding Superman to Bizarro a couple years ago, making the ride a little bit more exciting and just giving everybody a little more to do there. So those are some of the things that are happening in the park. The food commissary in the north end is getting a complete makeover. It's going to look a lot better than it did. We had kind of some confusing messaging there. You didn't know really what you were ordering when you were there, so we really cleaned that up, and that building itself is going to be redesigned and all. So those are some of the little things we're doing in the park besides just putting it in the post for this year. So, and of course we have a brand new show, Survivor Live, which is right off of from CBS. We're partnered with CBS on the show. In fact, we're doing auditions today in Boston for the cast that's going to be doing Survivor Live. And Survivor Live is going to be audience participation. When you sit in the theater to see Survivor Live, you're going to be actually, like you're sitting now, you'll be sitting in tribes, just like you do on Survivor Live. And then we'll take a volunteer from each tribe to partake in the activities that we have. And then when you're whoever wins that will get a prize for the day. We're going to run the show 3 times a day, 6 days a week. But the finale, every winner of every show gets into a drawing, and we're going to be giving 4 tickets away to the finale of Survivor Live in LA in October. So that should be pretty fun, and we hope everybody has some good time with that. So we're excited about that. And then lastly, excuse me, I have a little bit of a head cold here. We have our, this is our
now you can play like a kid and pay like a kid, because everyone pays kids' price at Six Flags. Go big. Go Six Flags.
Dun, dun, dun.
that wasn't me doing the voice. But anyway, as you can see, those are that commercial obviously had a lot of our ride inventory from other parks. That was a sample that they gave to us to see what we were looking at. If you're going to be seeing a commercial from Six Flags New England, you're going to see our ride inventory and what we have to offer. So that's going to be pretty good. See, it's a lot better ad campaign than just watching Mr. Six dance around for 30 seconds and all. So, although I like Mr. Six, I think we can do a little bit better with this and get everybody excited about the park, which is really what we want to do. So, but with that, I'll try to answer some of your kind of thunderbolt.
Yay!
Using the new technology that Rocky Mountain has developed, especially with the, as you know, our new coaster, or the rehab coaster in Dallas too, with the new track and all. So we're basically just rehabbing a couple corners of the ride on the north section, and we're putting in some of the new type of tracking and some of the new blocking for it. So, you know, as we go around that ride, we won't do a complete rehab like we're doing in Dallas, but as we rehab the ride, that's the type of track and type of things that we're going to be putting on the ride. So it obviously lasts a lot longer, gives a much better ride, more smoother ride, and so on. So, and I just missed. I was down in Dallas last week to deliver my long-range plan, and I just missed being able to ride the new coaster right now. They were switching the train for the film shoot that they were doing last week. So, but it is just going to be a fantastic ride, and I hope you guys get down there and ride it. So, everybody that's ridden it so far is just fast and smooth. I don't know if you've ridden the Texas Giant before, but it was a bit of a rough ride at times. So all that is gone. Plus with the reprofiling of the drop and the banks, it's just a great ride. Of course, you're riding in a Cadillac now, and literally, and it's just a great ride. They really did a great job with it. So hopefully you all get down there and do that. Yes.
Suppose you have removed level 6 from the equation?
Yes, level 6 is no longer part of our idea. Sorry.
It's fine, it's fine. Anyways.
All right. Yes?
I understand that when the Six Flags parks in Texas did away with the lockers and now they went back to the gyms and rides, is that going to happen in Bizarro?
No, we're staying status quo at Six Flags New England. We think the lockers work great for us, and we're going to stay with the lockers. One of the things that we are doing though is we are putting cup holders on the ride docks for your souvenir cups, so you no longer have to lock them up. I mean, the last thing you want to do is have to wait in line and be thirsty and so on. So you're going to be able to bring your souvenir cups with you. So there'll be racks and there'll be a number, and you just put your cup in there. When you're done with the ride, you just take your cut.
The mandatory lock control lights and all that, are you still charging for those?
Yeah, and nothing's changing with what
Still
we're
be
doing.
$1?
It'll still be $1. No change in price. Yes, sir.
Any plans to relocate the pop jet fountain that you put into Thomastown?
Yeah,
Maybe somewhere else in the park for people to cool off or whatever?
Yeah, we were actually discussing that. There won't be anything this year because unfortunately the way the pop jets are built, it's really custom for that area. So we can take the mechanisms, the filters and those types of things and move that, but the pop jet itself, you know, so we'll have to redesign and figure out if there's a better area for that. One of the things that we are looking at for Fright Fest though is making another maze up in the Thomas area. So I don't know whether or not we'll be able to do that this year, but those are one of the things that we're looking at for that area, just to keep it up and vibrant. Yes.
With the train itself, obviously you can't really look from my town, but does that have any chance of coming back in the future, or?
Well, I love trains. Trains are my favorite rides in theme parks, outside of roller coasters, obviously. But we are trying to figure out if we can put that somewhere else in the park. As you know, our park is very challenged with space, and I don't want to take out a larger ride to put a smaller ride in. You know, I'd love to bring back the train that we used to have. That was a smaller family train. Well, we had the monorail too, but that kind of went around the whole north end of the park, and that was you know, it was neat and all. But again, we're so challenged on land, it's kind of hard to figure out what we want to do. And I know you guys would rather see big coasters, so I need to keep my mind set.
Quick question. Have you addressed with your crew load times, like on coasters? I know, like last year, I was experiencing between 5 and 7 minutes wait between the time the train comes into the station and the time the train goes out of the station. Where I've seen it in a lot of other parks, the typical load times are under three load times.
Yeah, I mean, Pete Carmichael, I think you know Pete Carmichael, Director of Operations, is a very, very competent individual. He looks at that all the time, and you know, he's trying to figure out ways to make it more efficient and faster to get people on off the ride. But again, part of our long range strategy is obviously to give people more rides per guest, and the way to do that is by our strategy is spreading guests out to the park a little bit better. You know, clearly we could deliver more rides on the Cyclone, more rides on Catapult and those areas, but everybody kind of migrates down to the south end of the park right now because that's where our larger inventory is. So we are looking at those types of things, and Pete is always on his radar. And believe it or not, I mean, our weekly staff meeting when we're operating during the summer, I mean, he gives us the statistics of where we're at with load times, so we are trying to address that, make it look much more efficient and much better for the rider to get more rides in. Yes?
I realize the answer to this is probably going to be no, but I have to ask anyway. As you do go through Cyclone and Retract, is there any chance that the original first drop's going to come back, or?
No, I mean, that's really not a decision for me to make. That would be our engineering department, but you know, we reprofiled it for a reason and lowered it and smoothed out that first turn there. I don't think it'll come back. But you know, you never know. I mean, if we decide if we decide to do a complete reprofile like they did with the Texas Giant, then you know, obviously nothing's out the table at that point. So, and that would really be up to our designers and our engineers to figure out with our input, of course. And obviously, we want the most exciting coaster with the highest drop and the fastest turns and all that. So internally, we would be pushing for something like that if they were ever coming down and doing something like that. Yes, sir.
Hi. Why y'all cancel the Grove parade? Like y'all make parade?
Yep. Just you know, the Globe Parade. Again, we are very challenged on space, and the Globe Parade is a nice part of the park, but it was very challenging for us to be able to pull it off every night, especially on nights that we have large attendance crowds. And it felt better that you know, we got through it, and that was probably not that size of parade at night was very difficult for us to do. And again, you know, we listened to what guests had to say guests liked the parade, but then also guests had an issue because we pretty much cut off the midway for 45 minutes. And if you were on the wrong side and you couldn't get to the front gate, it was an issue. So, you know, we're looking at moving those assets maybe to another park, and maybe they'll be doing the Globe Parade. But, you know, it was a great thing. We are going to be doing a night show, though, a closing night show this year, which I forgot to mention, to try to make up for the Globe Parade. We'll be using some assets from the parade, but to move that parade down to Midway was pretty challenging, as you can imagine. So works great in our parks where we have a larger midway to be able to do that, but for us, we were pretty challenged. Yes.
I know you probably won't be able to answer this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Any plans for more roller coasters?
Well, there's always plans for more roller coasters. It's a matter of whether or not we get the capital to put them in and all. So, you know, obviously that's the ride of choice if we can do that. But you know, it's always on our radar, and we just have to see, you know, what fits into the capital plan going forward. So, I wouldn't say that we wouldn't be looking at more roller coasters in the future.
I understand that Six Flags New England will be the host of the national convention the year after next.
Yes.
How did that go about? And I'm really excited about that. And can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Well, the decision obviously was made rather quickly on my end, but everybody's excited at the park to be hosting that, and really we love having the coaster enthusiasts out at the park, and it was really a no-brainer to say yes. I mean, it wasn't a hard decision to do that. So we're excited. So yes, on our plan, so we can get back up to at this time where we go right now. Yes.
Is there any possibility of retrofitting a mind eraser with the more comfortable restraints that are on some of that?
Yes.
I can tell you right now that that's not in our plans. But as we rehab the trains and new technology comes out, and you know, if our engineering department says that, you know, it's time to do that, we will. We are rehabbing the lap bars, the shoulder harnesses on the frisbee right now. So we look at that every time.
That a huge investment?
You know, I can't tell you because I haven't really looked at it. So I imagine it is. You know, obviously rehabbing trains are big dollars, which we do every year anyway. But the new lap bars and so on, I really don't know because I haven't looked at it that closely. But I would imagine there's a significant investment that goes with it. Yes.
When I went to St. Louis,
Yes.
they had a deal where you, it became like all the lockers except it was access for all the ride lockers, so like instead of paying like the dollar you bought like a bracelet for like $13 for the day. Is there any way that they might go like any other parks or such only place I've seen it? It's really handy because, you know, you just pay for the day, but it was only for the.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'll check with Six Flags St. Louis and see how they're doing that because I'm unaware of it. And, you know, if it's something that we can certainly bring over to us, we will.
They do it in Europe too, a lot of them.
Yeah, like you just pay like the $13 and they give
And you have the magnetic,
for each ride locker.
which is what we have for the water park lockers. But
Yeah, I've never seen it in another Six Flags, and I thought that was like.
I'll be more than happy to call Mr. Romer and
Right, you know, educating each ride, it's getting $13.
yes, sir.
Now, with Route 66, you brought in new cars for last year, but you also instituted a no single rider policy. I mean, I can understand with capacity on those, but when you get a lot of families of 3 or 5, it becomes an issue because usually a parent either has to sit out or, you know, you're sending 2 kids out by themselves or a kid has to sit alone. Is there any thought in the whole process of maybe removing it for families or?
You know, I'll talk with Lee Carmichael about that. I was unaware of any real issues with the new policy, so I'll be happy to discuss it and see the case. But we do have new cars coming in also this year as well from our Chicago park. So we're getting the older gas cars retired and adding new cars there. So yes, sir. sir.
Is there any way of reinstituting the global parking deal that you used to have? Because it's kind of annoying, like if I go to New England a few times, I go to Great Adventure a few times, I go to America a few times, to either have to pay for parking each time or to buy parking passes at each one.
Right. Unfortunately, if that's not a decision I can make because it's a global decision, but it's certainly something that I can bring up, and certainly it's something that you should write in about, to our senior management staff and to parks I can visit, to my counterparts, my fellow presidents, and we meet quarterly, and certainly something we can bring up and see if it's something that can be brought back on the table. But it's really not a decision that I can stand here and make for you. Yes, sir.
Hi, I heard this rumor. Are we supposed to get the Daredevil coaster from Georgia, but y'all switched our plans? I heard. Is that, I don't know. I heard a rumor about that.
What I can tell you is this year we got the Gotham City Gauntlet. And I will tell you that did come from Kentucky.
Yeah, I heard that before y'all got that Wow Mouse, y'all supposed to get that coaster first, but y'all changed plans or something. Something I heard. As far as rumor?
Yeah.
Okay.
When we plan our capital, obviously, especially if we're moving assets from park to park, at the beginning of the planning stage, it might be that, this ride X might be better here and so on, but at the end of the day, when the final decisions are made, that could change 3 or 4 times over, and again, those decisions are made as a group effort, but, so I wouldn't put too much water in rumors, Basically, when you hear the announcement of the ride that we're putting in, that's the one that I would go with. Because it does change on a regular basis as we weigh things out and different challenges and so on. Those things change over and over. So. Yes, sir.
A couple of questions actually. You talked about better crowd control. So is there any chance, actually this is fairly new to parks, so it was gone before you came, of getting back to the bridge? It went from Kidsopolis to the south end right next to Mind Racer.
Yeah, actually we did look at that, revitalizing that bridge. The problem is the size of that bridge in that area was challenging to deal with. And clearly now with the water park as big as it is, there's a lot of volume of traffic that comes out, and to redo that bridge in that area would be a challenge for us. So right now we're not looking at reopening that bridge. So.
And now on the preview you showed, the commercial, it mentioned everybody plays kids price at $35. Is simply Balloon's price going to be on par with that?
That's our price.
That's the price.
That's our price, yeah.
Like he said, original price. The biggest thing we're working on our funding right now is trying to figure out how much it's going to cost us to get in. I know like almost all the pay-to-go parks, free entry parks, I should say, charge for the kid, and all kids. What is the minimum age that you guys actually charge for?
Well, it's really by height, but really it's $34.99. Everyone pays kids price. That's
my kids are 3, 3, and 19 months.
Right.
So are they going to be charged for 3, or is that 3 still within the?
I would say I need to check for sure because I don't want to give you that information. But 3 and under, I believe, is usually 3. So
Because almost all the parks is 3, but some of them is at 3. They start charging, but they're still 3 at other ones. So
I'll pull up my thing for you before I go on. But I'm positive it's 3 and under. But again, we are going with the same campaign. Everybody pays kids price. So. We hope that you guys all like that and enjoy that. But I'm sure all of you are seasons pass. It's just much more important for you. Yes. Yes, sir.
I have a seasons pass, go there all the time. Was very disappointed on the Bizarro last season where there was a lot of seats not being used in the back and there was a lot of sound issues cutting in and out all the time. You guys put a lot of money in that. It was great, and it just seems to be falling apart.
Well,
take things out?
yeah, I'm aware of the sound issues, but I'm not, when were you there? Yeah.
During the summer, quite a bit, on and off.
Okay. Because really, there shouldn't have been any issues with the seats themselves. The sound issue, obviously, you know, putting sound on a coaster train, in hindsight, might have not been the best. It is a hardship to keep up and manage and all that, but we are looking at that. But sound will stay on it, and all. But
It just seemed like some of the
yeah.
speakers were cut loose or cutting in and out, and then
Yeah.
there was several weeks when I went in a row during the weekend.
Sure.
And like the whole 4 seats in the back of one of the cars were not being used for sound.
Okay. Well, believe it or not, I mean, that I'm not familiar with that, and I'll find out what that issue might have been. But the sound is the sound. But clearly, seats are usually open. Our maintenance department does a very good job of keeping that, you know, keep the seats open on these rides. So I'll follow.
Still an awesome ride.
It is. Yes, sir.
How about a volume button for the sound system?
I wish I could. That'd be something else that.
This is the sound drain, this is the next
So I'm hearing, I guess, you know, I mean, it'd be nice for me to know, I mean, how many of you do like the sound on it, and how many don't?
It depends on how loud it is.
Who likes the sound?
When it works.
When it works.
Not when it blows.
And who would rather not have it sound at all? Well, that's good to know, honestly, as we make decisions. So, yes.
Just a suggestion, if you guys do decide to later on remove the sound, you do us all a favor and take the headrest away as well.
Yes.
That is an engineer.
Some of those who are shorter have.
Plus, you can pick up extra seats.
That's right.
Without the sound.
Yeah.
2 seats again.
Let me try to, yes, sir.
Is there any plans to replace where like to put in effect where the fire used to be on the ride?
No, there's no plans to replace the fire.
Okay.
Actually, if you go down and ride the Texas train.
That's there, yeah.
Yes.
I used to work at the park for 2 seasons, and I know people, Carmichael, real good.
Yep.
But do y'all have any brochures today for this year?
No, unfortunately, I should have brought them, but I didn't. I wish I did, so I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
But they are out now.
Okay.
Obviously, we are going to be opening April 16th.
4 weeks from today.
And how many people am I going to see? All right. Excellent.
So you're opening 2 hours early for us that day?
I wish I could. I will tell you, and I'm sure my friends at Kennedy Lake will attest that this has been a very hard winter on the park and on us. So it really is a Herculean effort to get the park open this year with all the snow that we had and just the sheer damage from the snow itself, just on the little things, aesthetics and those types of things. So it has been a challenging winter, but we're obviously up to the task, and the park will be as beautiful as it always is. But it has been a challenge, and we do have some